to the extent that there is an extension of market principles, there's a decline in democracy. Those two things go hand in hand. When you minimize the state, you don't eliminate decision-making. You just transfer it. So it's not being made in the state system, it's being made somewhere else. And where it's, the story is this is a transfer of power to the people, but that's not even a joke, so we don't have to waste any time on that. It's a transfer of power to the private sector, undoubtedly, but that's not the people. That's the highly concentrated power system within the private sector. So in fact, it's a transfer of power from the state system, where there's whatever degree of participation there may be, a lot in some countries, less in other countries, but some degree of participation, and in principle, a lot of participation, in fact, full participation in principle. There's a transfer from that system to a system of unaccountable private power, where in principle there is no participation. So you and I, in principle, have nothing to say about the decisions of General Electric and Microsoft. That's a matter of law and principle. Unless you happen to own some stock, then you have as much say as the stock you own, which means if you're in the top few percentage of the population, you own most of the stock and you have most of the say. But there isn't even in principle, and these are unaccountable also. You also can't find out what they're doing. Like you can't find out the books of General Electric. That's a secret. So these are unaccountable private power. Internally, they're essentially totalitarian. If you take a look at the structure of a corporation, it's about as close to the totalitarian model as anything human beings have devised, with power vested at the top, orders going down stage by stage. If you're a middle-level manager, say, you take your orders from above and you hand them down below, as in totalitarian systems, say Stalinist Russia, there's some interaction, like nothing's totally rigid, and other influences, but it's, as I say, about as close to the totalitarian ideal as humans have constructed, and unaccountable, and that's where decisions are transferred. So to the extent that these processes are taking place, yeah, it's an attack on democracy, virtually by definition.